Sagittarius, welcome into your reading. This is SoulCode Tarot. You're with me, Catherine. I've been pre-shuffling your cards. This is a reading for the last 2 weeks of January. Sagittarius, really positive news. So the first card that I came across, we'll work into the tarot in a minute. You are good enough, Sagittarius. So Spirit are saying you are good enough. And it sounds like you've been going through a lot. And I remember from the end of 2025, your readings were like you were traveling through some tough times, Sagittarius. So Spirit is saying that a personal issue is now reaching a resolution so that you can move forward into February and into the rest of the year with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I pre-shuffled and started your recording and then promptly had a really bad coughing fit. So I didn't really want to stop the flow of the information of these cards, hence I've pre-shuffled, and we'll keep going with live shuffling in a minute. You then had this Wheel of Fortune is taking you into the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is this sense of family, grounded, steady, everything feeling better, success, a feeling of teamwork and success, feeling of prosperity. So this Wheel of Fortune is taking you into good luck in February, taking you into what you've perhaps been dreaming about, what you've been really hoping to resolve from last year, and to do with family. So this is creating a sense of a happy family. There is a sense of a community sense around you, Sagittarius, that perhaps it means you're going home. You know, you wanted to move to be nearer home or family. There's a celebration coming in. This Wheel of Fortune, last 2 weeks of January, is taking you into this feeling of happy family, celebration, success. The personal issue that you've been working through is resolved. The energy is flowing again. And there is confirmation of that because this beautiful transition card came out just before my coughing fit started. So the Six of Swords, this transition that you're in is very blessed by the Wheel of Fortune, blessed by the Four of Wands, Sagittarius. So these last 2 weeks of January will see you moving into calmer waters that just feel really much more like, you know, when we're in our own home and we just chilled and we got the house clean and the dinner's on and it's all good, you know, there's no stress, that kind of feeling. You are transitioning away from whatever the problems were to this beautiful new energy of the Four of Wands. And what's propelling you there at the end of January is the Wheel of Fortune. So to me, this feels really, really, really like a happy time. Excuse me, a little bit of that cough still there, Sagittarius. So let's just see last clarification with the tarot to see what's up for Sagittarius at the end of January, please. Dear Spirit Guides, Avalokiteshvara, Ascended Masters, Sagittarius Collective Guides. Thank you, Spirit. So, Sagittarius, if you're new to my reading, if the cards don't go back in, I take that as a sign. That's what's just happened. And if they fly out, that's also very typical of Spirit saying these are the messages that need to be read. So you have here, wow, Seven of Swords, making a break from it. So I feel like that is this personal issue is this is what's resolving. This is what's been going on. And this is what I was feeling in 2025 with your readings, that there's been a deceit, lies, trickery, cheating, something going on in the background, or perhaps within your family, or perhaps within work, or something that you've been wanting to transition away from in 2025 or get through or get clear of so that this Wheel of Fortune can take you forwards now in 2026. Excuse me, with that feeling of prosperity, with the Four of Wands, because this is a nice feeling. This is like I'm home, I made the transition, everything is resolved, and thank goodness this Seven of Swords energy, deceit, lies, trickery, and the thing that was causing this personal issue is resolved, and that transition now, end of January, last 2 weeks and into February and onwards, as these frequencies and energies roll out with that Wheel of Fortune for you, really do resolve whatever was going on. And whatever was going on with that Seven of Swords there hanging out It probably was what was causing you not to feel good enough. So, Spirit is saying you are. So, whatever was going on, you're clear of that now. You are transitioning. You are using that energy of the Wheel of Fortune to move yourself to calmer waters away from that situation now. It's way behind you. And that Wheel of Fortune is just taking you into this really lovely energy. The Four of Wands, happy times now, Sagittarius. And what they're saying here is that you also have the Hermit. So you have been soul searching. There's probably more time now for deeper soul searching. When we're in Seven of Swords, or when we feel like Seven of Swords energy is all around us, deceit, lies, trickery, we're reading situations and we know it's not comfortable. We want to get out. We're sort of hyper focused and hyper alert. So they're now saying perhaps it's time to become a little bit more inward, quieter, and do some soul searching. Take some time to process, is what I'm feeling. Just take your time to process, because when we have this lovely Four of Wands that was brought to us by Wheel of Fortune in a positive, here comes the thing that you really want, which is this happiness, this steadiness, this groundedness. We can then become a little bit more like hermit-like, because there's safety, there's stability, there's some security, there's happy times, there's that feeling of feeling home. And then we can hermit a little bit and recover and go on to a deeper inquiry, perhaps about what happened, why it happened, and then just gain that spiritual enlightenment insight. That's what the hermit is saying, so that we can continue to shine our light in the world. Sagittarius, so that's nice. I'm just going to check in now with your gene keys. If you haven't checked out your gene keys, your hologenetic profile, I'd highly recommend that for 2026, to know thyself, Sagittarius. Know who you are, what you are on the interior, on the hologenetic side of things, looking at life purpose, work, how you work best in the world. It's just a powerful system. So genekeys.com, all the links are below. So you've got, wow, look at that, Gene Key 11. So this is an 11. 11s are portals, powerful energy numbers, new beginnings, new starts. This Wheel of Fortune coming through now, last 2 weeks of January for you. So you've been in the dilemma around belief, about the shadow of obscurity. So feeling obscured by this Seven of Swords, whatever was causing this personal problem that was going on around you, whether you could, really see it, were really involved in it, or, that background unease with things where we're just aware there's something not okay and we just need to move, we need to transition, we need to make a break for it, we need to get away from it. And so Spirit is saying last 2 weeks of January, this is definitely coming in. That situation is resolved. You are in transition. Six of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor, taking you into happy families, better times, feeling held, like you've come home, you're in community, you're safe. Now, the gift here is the idealism. So reach for the idea of what's the most idealistic thing that is full of light. So the city here with this Gene Key 11 is the light, Sagittarius. So that's also interesting, because the Spirit is doubly confirming, keep yourself centered on the light. So to take some time to, in the last 2 weeks, feel like you're in hermit mode. So maybe contemplation, meditation, focus on the light. Because if it's been really tricky as well, like not feeling good last year, or even at the beginning of this year with that Seven of Swords, it is time to release that. Negativity is gone. It's resolved or resolving. Last 2 weeks into February, these frequencies are asking you to focus on your inner enlightenment, Sagittarius, and understanding perhaps the process you've been in and how that light is more important than the dark at this time. Powerful. So wishing you well with that. And in fact, the gene keys are a powerful way to really work with all the shadow, the light, the city, and really understand ourselves through that really deep, deep contemplative lens of our hologenetic profile. It's a little bit like looking at your birth chart, but much more contemplative. Use your wisdom in the last 2 weeks of January as you move into February, or just know that through this sense of hermit energy, making sure that you focus in on the light and the wisdom from what has caused this situation, the Seven of Swords that is now resolved or about to resolve, and that will take you into these calmer waters and that beautiful energy of the Four of Wands. Sagittarius, I really hope that has helped. I'm actually wearing a Healy, and this Healy, we're working in the frequency of bioenergetic support. So just sending that into this reading when you receive it, and just know that your bioenergetic field has a frequency of recalibration in it, and particularly to help you through whatever this situation is that you're resolving. Sagittarius, if you've got this far, it would be amazing if you could like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, sending you much love on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take lots of care.